the Supreme Court decision. Efa Kevin Taylor home. Near the kind. Nientia Kevin Taylor ba Ghana ni nyina ne se o mpese o mo ba Ghana ne se eye for a purpose. Eye for a purpose. Na me hwe nkrofo bi a o mo no ta kire se President Mahama term na anya yi a wo mo pe president ya die no. Eye mesere. Se woto a wodi wo di se akwanya bi aba ya pone vice president ya ma. Akwanya na aba o. And I upon a vice president Yamamo because propaganda will be yeah, and I am full soldiers, and I say, and on no idea, do my so on full soldiers. What did Chroma and people were by mu? What did you manaka or we are no had ever born to a new radio show, and now Mahon said, Mona Mobraya, and a party by on film, and you marca Sandy Pana no born to a nino, on an air. Nano me de war, Monoma Yano. Na niema me publish wo kroma no mu yamba semo me da haide made kanaka obia ni wo ba free ba bia ba kase soro ho fam bia ba kase jai ane de wo di agoro mu amodi adwuma kase mo didi wie ye no na mo insati famfo no di tia party no ya no wo bika mu fizi de bacha mu na ma fa ho de ko ane de agora na mu die obi antimi stop saade no obi nobody in ampipi na betuma stop ya na mo be ko no sa pepepe kopinse be wie be ma bia ni kroma otem be ma bi uto ye be ma fa be ho ne ye ntenam ukwa no physical be kwa no physical ukwa no spiritual wo be duro na me wo ho nti diam biem Baby, Abba Fabia Badunum won't tell you forget about it. And on the Amfrey India, bottom beer and frey, a ye malam beer, and Tafobia, and so Mukoma, Muska, no Mukwatana, Musidi, Wamona Monsia Pro, Omuti Kumasi say, Wamona conform, Mabe, Monsia Pro, until Moki can quas a summer. What try me obew, until for a dimmy not tenas in our own men few. Santa Fona Mokobo, Mopa, Muo Kumasia. Omo so ma ben omo wo bibi nti on ba try me what try me you die e no de nyame na maye nyame na makum eye wo wasema wo na wa try no wawu eye wo wasema unya ya mistake try dia wo kwa me nka ntre obi asem no obi anko kasa se monye ne nkwa na wo no unya sa nyama we nyina wi a no wa ba insight sa nkrofo na e se unya adwuma wo de bo omo no against the MPP, against party leadership. Because why you who gangari obi antimi nka wa nze. Oh boy, this time they akura last stop. Unya kwani move na sa kwa niema na wo ye ye ka ho bi na NDC ba ya. Ene Professor Jenana Opokwa Jemai, Vice President. Ajan sembi asere. Nsembi asere. On all ye meetings, say that time na nyama so dia. Inche say o president yedi. That time ne dia mame me catch on na numre. Say one kasano, one fuaso. O fuaso, one fuaso. Me kan wo fidie say that time no enye ye ne, enye ye otena. Ha, what the interpretation free. ECOWAS court ba. What the interpretation free. Ayi West African court. Mopekra monfant interpretation and free him a court of Hague mra ye nyimfa enya dwuma interpretation no ye wi a ebeka judges no botom no mo de akofi akomo mo yire no mo ma enya dwuma o ene de any judge bia obe interpreti article 66(2) say trase President Mahama betima kobienu panel members no wi a judgment no wo monfa nso mo botom nkoche and fama omoyire no omma say this is the judgment now omoyire no omma mfa nchechire momone ni dawadawa enye judgment ebe ye adwuma okrom ha entende ye de kana ka kire mu say ewiase ya ba bia court ni wa obeye sa interpretation na eduru ha ya ye de betunsuom ni ya ye ni say ye nyimfa nya adwuma enti maame ye tetem ni de enye yie na mom ni antia meetings ahodo a wafiri ase ye say oh tete ne paja because no why you who say we a hypocrite because don't say President John Dramani Mahama be who say we are against the tete bid no entinu musia na o kan no wa hadesere o se de na ensi so we a hypocrite we yampa ne meetings ya we ya ababe piem anim no President Mahama tete agenda no mfoa so but e pa o mu bo nyina o mu committee a wotim bi na krai panta wo mfoa so enti wo nso wa firi ase ye meetings a wo pe president ye di oh ene de ka mesre MPP fo say sa contest we o mfa mame ka ye nuru ano ho ne magya no kwai ene de mesre MPP fo say wo de wo mfa mam just 1 month pe enye election year no kra just 1 month pe o mma mene no ye mfantom say ye kwa abato ye nuru ano ho ne magya no kwai Antino, just how ye hypocrite, no, which ya not a president, Mama invite you as a vice president first agenda, no one. Just how seriously be a enru yamnu. Don't be hypocrite or bapany dear, be a free yam say, one for so, not just how free meeting, as we are now, so quiet meetings upon meetings here. Wo burden crop for all the regions say, Opa president here. The entire would wo force your mark Kevin Taylor and you sue mining security. A facilitator here all the filing fee one be free office and a call lawyer no and no more file application no all the filing fees. A Yahoo aid and a drive here at the filing fee no call lawyer no office at the command meboa kasa meboa. Continue. Madam Yeti krom hano emfa fire mu binumu ni agro mami yeti krom emfa ye mu binumu ni agro me say filing fee no every office straight because the office of the president is no kasenu some appointees our President Mahama office any Kevin Taylor will problem yes President Mahama the president office, Judge Bauer and Co, the secretary of the to the executive secretary to the president, the senior presidential staffer, Judge Bauer, any Julius Debranum Ninano, any Kevin Taylor will problem, and that is a fact. And to who now fight today, facilitating everything at their back door. Any security for Kasai. How to protect Kevin Taylor because Kevin Taylor Baba Yewa Duma as a presidential candidate amount. Because what the neighbor said, oh, me didi, so no betina Ghana dia, obetima konka, obetima didi, Julius Debratem, obetima didi Asiedun Katiatem, obetima didi Harun Edrusatem, obetima didi Erikopoku Numatem, because we say Kevin Taylor dear basse on Sato Modawa. Obetina Ghana ha all the presidential aspirant no you believe in Kevin Taylor you have the confidence in Kevin Taylor say obetima shato omo down you sue Stacy all the equipment wato ama Kevin Taylor ba set it down e Ghana we know na say we amakan e be baso life to say TV na Ghana for be ka say oh here TV there information there e ha na obetia free na betia free me no ka say machines ya Kevin Taylor ebe set up nyina no Professor Jane na adjuma na to amano all because our presidential agenda into onam nyina no omompaye se me pa hoden na mom ne mpaye obo ni nyina no say tetem agenda no ebe pagya an sampaye ne de o pesampaye anu o hye pa brame ho mebo biama because nkaye de anim se ka oda mpaye a wo bo paye ahoden mpaye ba sampaye no mo obi da bia so ti asia mpaye a bo ne se tetem agenda no entimi nye yie ne kyese wa ba race sampaye ne de me no fo aso ene de op fasting ene mpaye amu oduru enye nkrofo bi de amebo mana ye yie se be ya tetem no emfa na mom se wadwi ni sa akwa we and never shut it down. Julius Debra, who didn't be face Julius Debra because Julius Debra were media stations. omo boys wo omo ha adwen enti ese say wo prepare Kevin Taylor now man studio na eduru presidential primaries na obetima tena Julius Debra station ni konso obetimi attack Erikopokunom obetimi attack Asiedu Nkatia say Asiedu Nkatia na we sem ayi ono ni media house na wo nanum Asiedu Nkatia ono ni media house no bi ni de wo nanum nti ono ano ayi radio station onam nti wo de na ba enu nti na wo te hu fifire say Emma Kevin Taylor back passing all man national security protecting it throughout ni stay a filing man is car a man who aid in a discount a call lawyer no office more file application in we know and yet I can say on authority send a course one President John Dramani Mahama a brand publication by say Kevin Taylor court Supreme Court no and send on no cry away oh komodidia a course war enyina akopensa obaba Ghana no eye Professor Jena na Adjumai ene but President Mahama ne can't tell them agenda and also it's good obwa bedru babi abebo recordings and you'll be shocked ya the near tentia ya bebo recordings ama mama no to office abebo unsa mama yes babo some meetings ya wo ye for one BC no mebo recordings wo babo unsa mama me enti ye din ho case na akoso na wo na wo facilitate no eno ho asam na me bekan ye mfa bibia anto nten yes ye nyina ye gitum say Honorable Kennedy Japan edidi judge atema na asase ho asem eye den ekoso our producers monhwehwe saa ayinu mame yegitum a undeniable fact say odidi judge na tem because all the case kokotwa na say office say case in favor na wo media station you don't go to the media station to attack the judge and to the judge na tem no and a judge no issue contempt proceedings against you. Then you run to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court koko kwashe yate. Because say what nothing na say also ye NDC lawyer. Anti both MPP for be no more compare Honorable Kennedy the fact say me ni what issue no. Mo compare sa cases ni me no a. Enye ye me dey say the assembly system no. The fact say me ni what issue no nche say me hu no kra menka. Say the assembly system sana meka no. Mo compare Honorable Kennedy Japan case no to Kevin Taylor de na. Enye ye because Kevin Taylor case no time e wo mramu. Na na kire mu time e wo mramu enti mo maye ntnase. Me nkase me ni wo issue ntinu na me de compare say Honorable Kennedy Japan ye bi no Supreme Court kwase ye na NDC lawyers na postu social media say the same thing in the case of the Republic versus High Court expert Kennedy Japan mo compare bia mo sa lawyers na mo draw sa comparison mo law awu the facts of the case are not the same the issue ye kan wasem enye the same ayi Nedi kan Canada Japan de no or attack judge no and a judge no issue contempt proceedings. And a Canada Japan call Supreme Court within that month na no and a Supreme Court to kwashe judge ni decision no. So far Kevin Taylor de na the law of sexual right lawyers now omuntie me no they should challenge me. Where a legal issue na ye kan wasem na yen fan hwese Supreme Court judgment no omu follow legal process ya na omu follow their own rules omu follow law due process no omu follow ya na enti Canada Japan dia na ye that simple ya issue contempt and High Court issue contempt we did judge atem into okwa Supreme Court to say woman kwashe the judge ni ye no and okoye no wakwa wini. And now for Kevin Taylor Diana. Or did the judge in atem no? And a judge in issue contempt. The law of contempt. Me peloya near. Over to my frame number. Nama dina lie. No I can say yes sanity. The law of sexual right no. Se kwa to be a take a decision. Na se decision no. And ne 23rd July 2025. And a judge say, Yemfa Abronye emra ewo nanim. Na Abronye machire die ntia yes atene contempt ya enye yie. And ne 23rd no. Me were up to 6 months to challenge the judge decision in the form of or by way of sexual right application. And you take a decision in 23rd July 2025. Me was 6 months to challenge the decision by way of sexual right application until July 2. January 23rd, 2026. Nature say 6 months na emrane kire say judge bi take decision. Na say me person me go by sexual right application. The law is that you have 6 months. After 6 months, you cannot apply for sexual right. That is the law. Lawyer for them free. Number no ewa free. Amafa o message bra. Sameboa. That is the law of sexual right. Say ene 23rd judge ya take a decision. Say me pese me ya appeal. Nam pese sexual right ne kire say me kwakwa to Quashed decision no e different from appeal. E different from appeal. Appeal there wo call for the entire proceedings in nyina say court no ntnase no nya re-evaluation. But when there wo kwa say omunko to that particular decision ngu because baby atichema eno na ye call by sexual right application. Na mramu time a wo de be call for sexual right no e da ye take a decision no wo 6 months na wakwa challenge sexual right application no. Ofa Kevin Taylor de na ye take a decision no 2020 February 2020 and now 5 years near 5 years 5 months. Adia mrane kire say you can only challenge a decision by way of sexual right application within a 6 months period. After the 6 months I expire you can only go for an extension of time. So ko Supreme Court Supreme Court no mubu asem no where the High Court rules no or 6 months to challenge a decision of the High Court by way of sexual right. What Supreme Court or the Supreme Court rules no Emma ho kwan say ube ko by way of sexual right application you have 90 days. That is 3 months. Rule 62 of CI 16. Supreme Court na ankasa wo mudi asem no wo mo wuru su ne say some person challenge decision bi e wo Supreme Court wa o 3 months to do that. In this case now mo di call Supreme Court no it was a High Court decision. And it's a High Court decision there. So we should see I-47 there. Now Kevin Taylor was 6 months to challenge that decision. Only 6 months. From 2020 to 2025. How many months? At therefore, a seminar ye can ba nentre mo nyina no. And so bit babina so or criticize the Supreme Court ruling na say na assemnity. And until lawyers in binum say, way a political judgment. say na something that me probi oba challenge me say asema me kai me boa abawie yes Supreme Court akasa obi ankoda wa officer yembe how no to bentoa esi wunchen Supreme Court akasa ubo wa ye de bentoa na akakaduro betua ama koyirawa meswa ka ho bi man ben nie say ubo wa Supreme Court de bentoa meswa akakaduro siri wusa fam wisa nyina be ka ho e de agya okwane asembe nie. Until lawyers binum say a political decision of which I agree with them perfectly. You see, you have 6 months, the statutory period within which to challenge a decision by way of sexual right is 6 months. That is statutory period. Case we had the whole 2020 up to 2025. 5 years, 5 months. Na say 6 months no expire. Your free be extension of time within which to file. And to ba kwa kwasra court no say nanka me wo akwanya se me challenge decision no. Na mom enam circumstances binti akwantuo ni aduma munti yade bi ebo minti no that 6 month period no mantimi an challenge decision no ama 6 months na so enti court no extend emra ne mame per the rules of the court no wo ho kwan se obehwe explanation na wodi ama no na expiration na aka wa want man call for that application no na court no I extend it no ma grant request na yede amount. In this case Kevin Taylor one, the most surprise thing is that Kevin Taylor and call for extension of time say 6 months period no awino into a select court no say woman man extension one court because onimne na oye and one say what the dead application no course for sesorarai are within the law no awu enti ebisa say court no etimi tenase esuomo 2 years say even though a time now we Kevin Taylor to come by way of sesorarai by a grantee extension and what you Quashed decision nana. These are the questions I say beside Supreme Court no, and we have every right to ask the Supreme Court questions. Criticizing the Supreme Court no does not amount to insult. Criticizing the Supreme Court no does not amount to insult. Yeah, me did judge be attempt to send Kevin Taylor. Did judges for attempt. And my judge Barbie say Akrabini, one of the Supreme Court judges, you know, producers monthly video no mara. On what kind? Or so my judge, you know, Kevin Taylor, and my judge, you know. 24-hour ultimatum say obeguna nimase judge no was Supreme Court or your bar o say on ya krabi twempna ye me did judge bi ate no bi na krabi twempna wo dedem ye ne dedem eno ye wasem anya no ne ye ka now we have every right to criticize the judgment na ya bisa questions say time ben na Kevin Taylor apply for extension of time within which to apply for to apply for a sexual right. Tamben will apply. And it's court na on the court own motion and not grantee that extension of time now. I'm yet to receive the ruling. I otnanopa near de bana de baba. Na ya baba mnima how adianete but oman court san hye ya make kan wasem e bia no Kevin Taylor follow yeso 6 months deadline no atwam enti asa me call for extension of time wanye bibia enti on what basis ana ne di kan cross Supreme Court etimi assume jurisdiction a determine matter no because the application even the application ankasa before the court no incompetent. Application is incompetent. And how come a Supreme Court will preside over an incompetent application and gave a ruling to favor a nipana or the incompetent application by. These are the questions we should ask. One, the application is incompetent because 6 months period to apply for a sexual no, there was no extension of time for him to apply for that sexual right. And the court to know on what basis. Wamwana in their own motion, Wamaka say, even though Asukrana, Wama grantia manana, incompetent application. And ye bisa say, Inka yani bi, Obia only be, Obia wa insa one prison, wako wia banchi. And time aso say 6 months, court was say 6 months, onye bibi, and 6 months na pa ho. And a nipana this is application by ka Supreme Court no be grant ya manana. We are asking, thank you be grant ya manana. These are the questions. And Friday you digest one more reason no na ya dia toto ne me kan sasanity ya. And Supreme Court no any right to say one in their own motion no one be granted Kevin Taylor extension of time one request for because it's a sexual application and it's a time na so na se nipa na follow rules no na so the application ne ba na so application ne out of time Supreme Court no enyem na mo ba correct obi application ama no enyem na mo ba correct obi application for sexual before the Supreme Court no na Kevin Taylor was out of time and they had am grant man. Producers, mumisa questions, the application Kevin Taylor was out of time in the sexual application. So how comes the Supreme Court a granting application applicant no out of time or out of time the application is incompetent and dead on arrival. And Obia will write, I will side with the lawyers now. Wamonka say a bad precedent. What say? Yes, a bad precedent. Say somebody who was out of time, somebody who is out of time to apply for a particular application. Now 1 year, not judges need to meet last year. Near say they are granted. Mutimima incompetent application by incompetent at the apex court. At the apex court, incompetent application by competent. And you think some of us here can watch them incompetent application. Not time I read Nipano. Now or this application now by Supreme Court to entertaining. Rules na modi ya jumano and Supreme Court. The rules say even in your own decision, Supreme Court decision, if you want to challenge it by way of sexual right, you have 90 days. So how come a Supreme Court will sit down and preside over an incompetent application? I have 5 years sexual right application. Not the very decision now or challenge you know. At the 5 years, 5 months. Why? And you think say, Obia so say, what can Supreme Court to be free say to ho ni emfa bentoa entry out. Yabaka wasem. Yankoya nim ene asem kese asi. Ha adwene so tie eniema asi ne asawase a ha adwene. Say kusasi hini a owo asawasi etu akasa